Hey. Man. Oh, dropping. B-side for Boo.
Boo? B is for boo.
Boo.
Listening
B-O-O,
close,
yes.
Boo.
Skaggy a little bit. Welcome to B-side on the Center and Saint podcast, where
beards and boys and bears come to hang out.
Yeah, and buggers.
Banshees. That'd be good for Halloween.
Banshees.
Yeah. The screaming Irish woman.
Yeah.
That's creepy. That is such a creepy freaking thing. But hey, it's Halloween, so we're talking about creepy freaking things.
That's right.
So
on the B-side.
B-sides, we would start with a beer.
Beer side.
Today we are doing a beer side.
That's pretty can.
Called Bride of Drinkenstein. This is Mason Ale Works. I know nothing about this. Actually, a friend brought this to me his in-laws live in a different state, and so every time he goes there, he always just brings me like a bunch of random
local craft beers,
just random stuff. So it's a West Coast IPA. I know that Patrick's not gonna love it.
IPAs are rough on me, but I'm gonna be grown up and mature and not make a face. Other than the one I got, because that's the one I got.
That's actually pretty good, I think. It's not. It's pretty mellow for an IPA. And I'm telling all lies. Yeah, your face.
It's my taste buds.
They're
very sensitive to that.
Yeah. Happy Halloween.
Ooh. Yeah, I've been walking through the dead baby skeletons hanging from my porch for a month.
Oh yeah, that's right. You guys do the old dead baby skeletons.
If by we you mean my wife, then yes, she does that.
Yep.
And the neighbors across the street have a very loud animated animatronic thing. They used to keep it on all the time, and like it just kind of
that sounds lousy.
Food and whatever all night long, and we have thin walls in our master bedroom, so because we have an old house.
They don't have a timer on it?
Well, we eventually were like, hey, that'd be cool if that didn't play all night long, and then it stopped. So
it'd be pretty rad if that could shut off around 10:30, 11, and just
or 8 or 9.
One neighbor to another.
Yeah,
they're annoying.
Just so you know.
Yeah.
Took a poll.
Independent study over at our house says that sucks.
100% of residents agree that should go off.
Yeah. There are a few houses in our neighborhood that have decorations up, but not a lot. There's not a lot of people who really put it out.
We went down to Broad Ripple, and they go all out, and not just like all out, but like 20-foot statues of things. It's a big holiday.
It is. Yeah, I have a very very wet Michael Myers in my front yard right now.
Yes.
Had a lot of rain recently, and but it was funny because we did kind of two phases of putting out. Well, I'm the only one who decorates, so the first day I was like, just kind of undo the bag. What do we have in here, right? Just kind of, what are all the Halloween decorations? Do we need to replace any? Do we need to take any off? So I did some not normal decorating this year. Like some places where we would have decorated in the past, I didn't put stuff out. And but then just a few days ago, they're still there. They're still there. And but my next door neighbor came over and he was like, "Man, we saw like you had some decorations up, and Michael Myers wasn't out yet." And we were like, "Is it done? Is he not doing it this year?"
Is it gone?
I was like, "No, man. We're gonna put it up. It's coming. It's coming up." And he's like, "No. Yeah, like when I saw it finally go up, I was like, oh." He's like, "I ran inside and got my wife and was like, hey, he put up Michael Myers." And I was like, "Wow, you guys really like that, huh?" But
do you put the Santa creepily stand by the tree during the holidays?
No. Have you seen Christmas with the Cranks?
Oh, I feel like I have.
Tim Allen and Dan Aykroyd.
It's been a while.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
You're gonna quiz me on pop culture. All right, well, all right. Bring it.
One of the neighborhood things for them was that they put a Frosty on the roof, and so my wife was like, "We should do like a Frosty on the roof." I'd be like, yeah, I can do that. That works. So I did it, and it lasted about a day and a half. Because it turns out December can be a real windy time of year. And,
see ya.
That thing ended up 2 houses over, and I was like, sorry, guys.
We couldn't do that on our house. We have a very shallow roof pitch, and then it's also very tall.
Yeah.
So nobody'd see it. I mean, NASA, I guess.
Yeah.
Satellites.
Yeah. Do you like Halloween? Are you a Halloween person?
I would like to like Halloween more, but my wife doesn't do spooky scary, and with the kids being older, there's no one to do Halloween things with. So I loved it growing up.
So you're shopping for a Halloween partner?
I am, yeah. If I can just outsource that, somebody'd like to adopt me for the month. Yeah. She has these. I don't know where she has these 2 ghost galvanized metal ghosts that she sticks in the ground, and they have boo on them, and then the baby skeletons that she hangs. But she was pulling those out the other day at the beginning of the season to decorate, and I was like, "Oh, getting your booze out, huh?" And she's like, "What'd you say?" I said, "Your booze, your booze."
There was no additional letter between the O and S.
Get your pair of booze out,
Get your booze out. When I finished decorating this year, I said to my wife, "Hey, we're all Halloweened out," and she was like, "Boo!" And that's all I needed to remember. Oh crap! No, the front doormat needs to be changed out because it says "boo." And so
well, there you go. You're like almost. Hold on, not quite.
Yeah.
Do you do the decorating for all the holidays, or does the missus get excited about any of them and she's like, "Ooh, I want to help," or?
No, the only yes, I decorate for all the things. The only thing she decorates for is when I go to bed the night before my birthday. She decorates the house for my birthday, and then
I want to see that.
She puts she likes to do the ornaments on the tree. So like I'll put up the tree and I'll string the lights, but she wants to actually put the ornaments on it. I was vetoed on. I tried to lean in hard. On just the entire fourth quarter of holidays. So I was like, what would you think about? No, we're not doing it. So our Christmas tree is, welcome to the Halloween episode where we talk about Christmas.
We do things different here.
Our Christmas tree is just red lights.
Oh.
And so I was like, what if we hung the Christmas tree upside down from the ceiling?
Yeah, that's a thing.
Put orange lights on it for Halloween, like a pagan Christmas tree.
Ooh, yeah.
And she was like, no, we're not doing that.
They're all pagan.
And I was like, why? Why are we not doing that? And she's like, it's just going to look like an orange tornado in the window. And I was like, that's true. Actually, I'm good with that too.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah, you're selling it to me.
I like your idea better.
Yeah.
We favorite Halloween candy or memory or Halloween costume that you dressed up as? You dress up? Like, I assume you hand out candy on Halloween?
I do.
Okay.
I don't dress up though.
You don't dress up?
No.
Leave that to the...
It's funny because I have friends who like to dress up, and they just know me, and they know that that's not my thing.
Yeah.
And so, like, they had like they hosted, gosh, this was probably like 6 or 7 years ago, they hosted an adult prom, and you had to come as a decade. So like and it was funny because like at the time one of our friends was pregnant, and so she was like knocked up high school girl. But it was funny because like I have dress clothes, so I'm like, okay. So my wife put on something that was 50s-ish, and like I was just like James Bond 50s-ish, classy guy at a
boom.
Yeah, we had fun. It was a great time. But I don't dress up to things.
No.
And so I just get dressed in the morning.
Oh,
confession! I've been wearing this for like 3 days.
3 days?
Yeah.
Wow. Good for you. Looks pretty good for 3 days.
Yeah, thanks. I don't do a lot. It's a pretty.
We had a friend that had a 50th party a few weeks ago, and they wanted everybody to dress up like like the 90s, since they were a teenager in the 90s. So my wife had a authentic
50th birthday.
50th birthday?
There we are.
What did I say?
I don't know, but whatever you said made me think 50th wedding anniversary, and I was like, hold on.
50th birthday.
That math's not working out.
50th 50 birthday.
Yeah. Okay, and so your wife had
She had an authentic Debbie Gibson t-shirt that she wore, and she then had some baggy jeans that she also wore.
Yeah.
And she's like, does this work? I'm like, well, you wear that all the time. So, but yes, it does.
Works.
And then I don't dress up, so I wore jeans. And she's like, well, we're going to French roll them. And I'm like, go for it. They won't stay.
I don't know what that is.
It's where you tight roll the...
Oh, the peg.
Peg them.
Peg them.
Is that... Yeah.
We call them pegging.
Pegging. Okay. Well, pagan.
Yeah.
Pagan.
Back to Halloween.
There were some nice people. Like, some other friends of ours that went to the party, they came with their overalls on. And I'm like, I can't do that. Mm-hmm. I just look like I'm in from the field if I wear overalls. I don't look like I'm being stylish. So
yes, my very petite wife can absolutely rock a pair of overalls.
If I wear that, I'm look like, why's the help in here?
Yeah, I may as well not wear a shirt under it just to really send the message. So I'm going to pivot this. Where you're a kid, you go to the house, trick or treat. What is the ultimate candy you want thrown in that bag?
Reese's. Yeah, anything Reese's.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Reese's Pieces, Reese's
Peanut Butter Cup.
Did I say that right?
Reese's Pieces.
Reese's Pieces. Reese's Pieces.
Peanut Butter Cups.
Yeah.
Or Almond Joys or Baby Ruth's.
Snickers.
Or Good Bar.
Oh, Mr. Goodbar. Yeah, that was just peanut and chocolate, wasn't it?
Yeah. Snickers is second class for me. That's like, okay, that's up there. That's all right. I'll do a Snickers.
Did you
Kit Kat.
Did you guys do the swap when you got home? Or was it mine's mine?
No, because we fought. So we fought a lot in our childhood. So.
Oh, we did too. But I mean,
we all wanted the same thing, or something wasn't fair. Or,
There's nothing quite as tenuous as a 6-year-old of candy negotiations with your older siblings and trying to make sure you don't get fleeced in the deal.
Our kids would share pretty well. For the most part, we'd let them have their own bucket for, I don't know, I think a week. Of course, they could only have like 2 pieces of candy a day for that. After that, and then everything went in the common pot, and then it sat in there until the following year. And we're like, okay, this is all hard. Like.
Oh, that's an ant.
Yeah, but when they were young, they loved the sweet fruity stuff and not the milk chocolate stuff. So usually came in and were like, all right, parent tax is all the milk chocolate things. Thank you very much.
I just learned about that not too long ago.
Parent tax.
I was hanging out with my buddy's kids, and he and his wife had gone on a date, so I was just hanging out with his kids, and we went and got lunch, and like one kid wanted like ramen, and one kid wanted Five Guys, and so we get out of Five Guys, and his kid just hands me like 4 or 5 fries, and I was like, "What is that?" He's like, "Dad tax," and I was like, "I don't know what dad tax is." He was like, "No, like dad charges. You have to give dad fries," and I was like, "Well, you can keep your fries.
I'm not your dad.
I'm not your dad." That's right. Let's not get confused here, kid.
Yeah.
So we actually had a pretty good. Swaps when I was a kid on Halloween because we all liked different things. Okay. So like my brother Nick hates coconut, and so all those Almond Joys and Mounds came right over here. But Chris really liked Butterfinger, and I didn't care for Butterfinger, and then like I could get Reese's in return.
I like a Butterfinger.
Yeah. I don't like a Butterfinger.
No.
No, we'll need it.
Uh-huh.
We'll need it. It's a indictment on the Society of Butterfinger.
What about Fifth Avenue?
No, I'm good with Fifth Avenue. So here's the thing. Think about where I used to work with at your wife, and think about what we did there, and then think about Butterfinger, and now you know why I don't eat Butterfinger.
I'd still eat it.
So
I'm not mad.
Can't do it.
I'm not mad.
Yeah, all I can taste is that flavoring. Fifth Avenue, that's a 100-gram bar, sure.
I worked at a distribution center in high school, and so we would provide all the supplies for convenience stores and gas stations, mostly every once in a while, like a small, I guess I said a convenience store. Yeah. Still did those.
And gas station.
So we had everything from
and mom and pops.
cigarettes all the way down to like the freezer breakfast sandwiches.
Yeah.
Like everything was in the warehouse there.
Yeah.
Oil, fuel injector, like all of it. So everything was obviously in sections. So we had a giant warohouse that had. We had one warehouse just dedicated to the cigarettes, and that was usually two 18-wheeler deliveries a day.
Cigarettes.
Of cigarettes.
Wow.
I mean, it was so much.
Wow.
And then
Grandma's got to get her magic sticks.
Unbelievable. Yeah, and then you had an entire rack of Gatorades and soft drinks.
I bet people stole like crazy from there.
Well, if any packages got damaged, they went to the return section, and then usually the returns, all you had to do was mark down and get so you could get store credit,
right.
And then that went into the break room for the employees.
Wow!
And so they eventually had to change that policy.
Cigarettes too.
Eventually, everything stopped going through. No, cigarettes, it was big if you messed up a cigarette. Like. Mm-hmm. They weren't messing around with that. But yeah, they eventually stopped that and we're like, okay, like, we feel like you guys are cutting things because you want them in this break room.
Yes,
what?
That's exactly what's happening. How dare you insinuate that I would commit fraud?
Yeah, I mean, there certainly were, but the candy bar, some of the candy bars you sold individually because they didn't want an entire box of whatever because they weren't as popular. So every once in a while, those just kind of walked off. Mm-hmm. The inventory wasn't real great in those, but yeah, it was. I mean, you got to try. You could try anything,
sure,
if you wanted to. So you could figure out a way.
Yeah,
wasn't the best security there.
Do you eat candy today?
Like milk chocolate candy?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Just candy in general.
Well, I have my candy corn and peanut mixture over in the house.
Do you really?
Yeah. Do you enjoy that?
No.
No, you don't enjoy candy corn, but when you mix it with peanuts, it tastes like a payday?
No, I never
heard that?
Nope.
I'm always surprised that people have never heard that. If you don't like candy corn, though, it wouldn't be a surprise.
Mystery solved.
Yeah, cocktail peanuts and a bag of Brock's. You gotta get the good candy corn.
Okay. Oh,
and you mix it.
Ooh, is there a low level?
There's a cheap one, and it's just as hard. You mix it up, and I didn't think my wife liked it, and so I bought a bag of it a couple weeks ago and mixed it up and had it sitting on the counter, and the supply kept disappearing. And I was like, she's like, we got
two of the kids don't live here anymore. Where's that going?
She's like, do I need a special candy corn? I'm like, have you been eating that? She's like, yeah, it's good. I'm like, I thought you didn't like that. She's like, well, I guess I do. And I'm like, okay.
Change approved.
But it's one of those, it's just sitting there, and so as you walk by, you just grab a handful and pop it in your mouth.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I don't eat candy at all.
None.
I just
don't have a sweet tooth.
I never have.
Lucky
but
you.
But I mean, like, I keep a thing of pistachios and peanuts and stuff, so a lot of times, like, I'll get home from work and I'll just have, like, a snacks, just like a couple scoops of cottage cheese and some pistachios or something.
I
and
like some cottage cheese.
So it's just that. Like, it is snacky.
I got a sweet tooth.
It's like,
I love my sweets. Cakes, gooey butter cake, sweet tea, Little Debbie's.
Oh, it's so funny because I'm unsweet tea.
You could not touch it.
Yeah, and like Little Debbie's, snack cakes, I'm out on. Now, like, even donuts. Like, I love donuts, but I'm just kind of like I went to the store before I came here this morning and like passed the donuts, and I was like, should I pick up donuts for us? And I was like, I don't really feel like eating donuts, so no. Like,
rude.
I know, so I know we don't do center moments on the B-sides, but we'll save that for later recording. I didn't give Patrick donuts.
If there's ever an opportunity.
That's right.
I could get donuts for Patrick. I should do that. Yes.
Okay. I will hardwire that in so that I can remember.
That should just be default.
If there's
this
ever
is what I'm doing.
Does he like cherry Danish? Let's find out today.
We're gonna find out if it's any kind of cream cheese.
Yeah.
Cheesecake.
As a kid, what was your best Halloween costume?
Oh, I did one year that I made that was half of me was a man and the other half was a woman.
Oh, that's creative.
Yeah,
that's cool.
And in my head, it was probably awesome. But if I were to see a picture of that, I'm sure it was probably not great. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to do that. And then I dressed up for the Incredible Hulk in 4th grade.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Because I thought that'd be really cool.
Was it not?
I just look like a poor green kid. I wasn't quite as big and bulky as the Hulk, so yeah, I just had my cut-off jeans and my ripped-up sweatshirt with all my skin painted green. Wasn't quite the same.
You were more like Bruce Banner coming the
Hulk.
Like after the Hulk.
After the fact, yeah.
It's like the unswelling of the Hulk.
Well, yes. How about you?
I was a pirate for lots of years. Like, no joke. There was a solid decade where I was just a pirate. I had to go across the street to Juanita's house and get her clip-on earrings. And
Juanita.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a story from my past. But yeah, my best was probably the very last year I went trick or treating. It was probably 6th or maybe 7th grade.
Okay.
So I was on that edge where we were about to age out.
Uh-huh.
And me and my buddies dressed up. We made giant milk cartons, and we were the kid on the side of it. We were the missing kid, which was a big thing in the 80s and 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't. It wasn't popular. They didn't take well to that. They thought that was pretty distasteful. And that might have been why we decided, maybe we're done trick-or-treating. We're now offending people with our costumes.
This wasn't a Halloween. We would do Spirit Week for homecoming weekend in high school. Mm-hmm. And my best friend Brian was about 5'8" maybe. But we'd been good friends since middle school. But it was always it was the giant and not the giant, anytime we were kind of together. Mm-hmm. And he was dating someone, and I had a close female friend, but the 4 of us for Spirit Week decided to go as Fred and Barney, Fred Flintstone and Barney and the spouses.
Nice.
And so we had Mom helped kind of get the costumes made kind of last minute, and then we all showed up to school the next day, all 4 of us dressed up, and people thought that was a trip. So yeah.
You asked earlier about passing out candy. It's funny because a couple of friends of ours who do like to dress up and stuff, they host on Halloween night. And so we shut off. It's really funny because we decorate. Well, I mean, we've been decorated since mid-September, right? And so, but tonight we'll shut the lights off. we're not here to pass out candy.
That's right.
So we shut the lights off. Nobody's home. Because we go down to our friend's house because we just take our candy down there and they have a little fire pit.
Straight from there.
Yeah, they have a little fire pit, so everybody comes by, and so we kind of do a lot of times we'll all do a pitch in and have chili and stuff like that. Sure. And so it's a lot of fun just to kind of graze through the night as the neighbors are coming around. And we've had some good turnover in our neighborhood since we moved in there, so there's a lot more kids there now, which is really fun for just tonight. Yeah. The rest of the year, it's
get lost.
A nightmare. Yeah. There are some children that I think are feral who live in that neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
And
there's some adults in the neighborhood that are probably feral.
Crystal blue eyes, and they are creepy, creepy children.
We have always done it with close friends of ours because our kids were the same age, and so we'd go around the neighborhood together. And then when they were old enough, they'd go out. I think I've told the story before where Heinz double dipped. He went out once and then went back around. Yeah. That's just smart right there.
That's working smarter.
We've always done that, and then last few years, obviously, we've been able to hand out from the house. Yeah. And then we've started the gathering house next door, and so last year there was a group that wanted to fire up the grill and serve hot dogs from the gathering house and apple cider and kind of just welcome the neighbors, and then we still hand out from
apple cider and hot dogs. Oh, that sounds like a digestive nightmare.
We want you to remember us all night.
Here, soak this in and try not to diarrhea yourself down the street.
So we sit out on the front porch.
By the grace of God, have a hot dog.
That's right. Yeah, we'll sit on the front porch and hand out coffee while they're doing that next door. Or hand out. Did I say coffee?
You did.
Candy. We'll do candy.
I was like, hold on. We're throwing another diuretic in here. There you go. Yeah. Did you get some cider? You want some coffee?
This is just called a cleanse. Halloween cleanse. You're welcome.
We got chili and cheese and onions to go in that dog boy. You really slop it up. Oh man.
So no, it's nice. We
cool.
we see neighbors that we get a chat with that we maybe haven't seen in a while, and there's people that come in from out of town that trick or treat on our street, which I don't care. Some people are like, I think that you shouldn't do that. I'm like, I don't. If they're in a costume, I don't.
Why do they
have a problem?
Why do they care?
No, some people are, stingy. And then
rule followers.
I think the city hours are done by 8 o'clock, I think.
Okay.
Which is pretty early. So then we always, it's been a tradition for us that we get Donato's Pizza on Halloween night. Like,
nice.
That's our tradition.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
That pitch in has been hotbox once. It's like, hey, let's we can Venmo you some money. Here, let's do hotbox.
Yeah. But it's a nice night. And we don't buy the fancy candy. We'll buy the big grab bags, a couple of the big grab bags that we offer. And for me, it's always, reach in, grab a handful.
Absolutely.
When it's out, it's out.
Yep.
Like, no big deal.
Yeah, same way. I'm not here to police anyone, let alone children, when it comes to candy.
As long as they've got a costume on, they're getting candy.
Yep. I also you got to say trick or treat.
Or hello, or some sort of acknowledgement for me. Candy now.
Yeah, the kids who just like kind of really half-heart it. I'm like, what are you supposed to be?
Yeah,
I'm me.
No
candy.
I had a teenager show up, and I'll give to teenagers. I'll give to adults. If there's adults that show up and have a costume on, I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome, you did it, man. You gave me the treat. So I had a teenager show up just plain clothes, and I was like, "Where's your costume?" He's like, "Well, I mean, I had it on, but it's in the car." I was like, "Cool, go get it on. I'll be here." Like, kid didn't come back.
I bet he didn't.
I bet he
didn't.
It's surprising.
Speaking of giving away, though, it's funny that one of our friends, mutual friends, is in the whiskey business. So a lot of times when the grown-ups come by, it'll also be like, "Hey, you want a whiskey?" I'll be like,
yes, please.
Yeah, I'll take a." Or, "Hey, you want a walking beer?" Yeah, okay.
We had a friend that would do that. Would give out to the adults. And it was always like, "Okay, sure, nice, thanks."
Yeah. Hey, they're fans.
Not a bad way.
They're fans of it.
Not a bad way.
So, and I mean, they're managing a lot more mentally than I can with children.
Do you carve a pumpkin?
I do. I will carve. I've carved several pumpkins over the course of October. It's a special talent. It's a weird. Like I actually am.
You got a mad skill.
Yeah. It's like,
wow.
It's my, like, if somebody's like, tell me something very, like, what's your secret skill that no one would guess? Like, carving
pumpkins.
Yeah, carving
I'm
pumpkins.
really good at it.
Yeah, it's like I can just visually, I can see it, and then I can just
What do you
make it
use?
happen. What do you mean, like,
what do you
tools?
use to carve with? Yeah.
Oh, so it depends, because, like, you can do the scrape, where then you leave part of the pumpkin, so it's like shading almost pumpkins. So that works really well with spoons or butter knives.
Okay.
But then just like regular knives. I mean, it's not like I don't have like a special knife, but sometimes like you need a serrated edge, or sometimes you need a straight edge. And straight edge you can get real crazy real fast with a straight edge.
I used a drill bit. I learned a drill bit can give you real precision cuts, so real skinny, like smaller than probably a 3/8 of an inch or smaller, and you can just kind of draw however you want. And it kind of goes wherever.
Yeah, and I've seen people do the drill bit for like the shading technique too, and I'm like, I'm not there yet.
Yeah. we will pick up some. We get them in, get them out there.
Yeah.
Light up the front porch.
Yeah.
It's a fun little
I love
trip.
it.
Yeah.
My family does not. I'm the only one.
Yeah.
So like I'll just be like the weirdo in the dining room just carving a pumpkin.
Do you roast the seeds?
No. I have several times in the past.
I love it. Love the roasted pumpkin seeds.
Now, guys, okay, I don't know where we're at.
We're about time. We're almost there. So
here's my final thought then today. I have concerns for myself because this season, I really got into pumpkin spice. Now, I feel a little less guilty about it, because I've made my own pumpkin mixture that I'm just adding to cream. And so then I'm whipping that to make a cold foam that then I put over the cold brew that I also home make. So I'm I feel like I'm less guilty since I'm making everything but the cream. But I'm not going to a coffee shop and buying this. Like, it's just.
So you're giving a pass to people who make their own pumpkin spice concoctions. Is what you're proposing?
No, because I might be guilty. Now, if I start putting vodka in my White Claw, I'm all the way white girl. But I think I'm safe because like it's actually maybe can I go as far as to say I'm making artisan?
Sure, we'll get your Etsy shop set up after this goes live and start selling that.
All right, I'm not confessing anything more. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I've talked.
Everything I just said is not true. It's not even real.
I'm sorry about this. Oh my goodness. Hey, tomorrow, happy All Saints Day.
Well, so, all the saints.
All the saints.
Because all you sinners are getting it in today.
Oh, yeah. Dios no las guardos.
Amen.
Yeah.
Well, hey, thanks for tuning in to the B-side. Have a safe Halloween, and be generous with that candy. What else you got to lose?
Heck yeah, man.
Help the dentist out.
Help the dentist out.